I still believe that all men cheat, whether you catch them or not. And that is the reason that I'm an advocate for city girls. I'm not an advocate for city girls because I think a woman, as women, we need to come together and we need to have a common cause. The same way men do, which is to get in your pants.
Oh yeah, we together on that.
Rod, you seem a bit scorned. Is this because you've been cheated on in the past, or is this maybe because you're cheating on your husband?
All right, so I'm sure I've been cheated on before. I'm positive. However, my husband hasn't directly given me.
Have you ever cheated?
I'm sorry. What does this have to do with me? Joke, of course.
This is the intervention.
Of course I've cheated. What you mean, on who? Well, I've cheated more than one time, you know.
Were you scorned? Or
And then on top of that, too, you can risk getting pregnant and all that. To be real, if I get a girl pregnant on the outside, I ain't got to be there. That kid stuck with you.
Facts.
Oh, my God. Now, let's take it there. Yeah, I know that was dark, but hey, f it.
I want y'all to tell me, do y'all think this stat is true? According to the National Institute of Health, about 20% of married men and 30% of married women are reported cheating on their spouses. Do you think that's accurate? Or would there be a difference in those numbers? Because 20% of married men, 30% of married women.
20%, 30%.
Sounds about right.
Sounds like an even playing field.
Even if it's a higher percentage, I just think people like to fuck other people on both sides. You know what I mean? Women just a little more sneakier with it. We probably don't find out as much, which we know.
I was just about to say
that's probably, you know, get the guy side up higher because we get caught. But women, you know, they real sneaky and conniving with it, so we never find out. So these percentages sound about right to me for sure.
I think that
I agree 100%, and I think some of the cheating that women do, it's not exactly what you would say probably intercourse. Women cheat in different ways, so that those numbers would be even higher if we reported all the other ways that a woman can cheat.
completely inaccurate. There's no way only 20% of men that are married cheat. There's no way.
Married.
If only 20% of men, whether they're committed or married, were cheating, the world would be a better place. There's no way. The stats are more like 99.9%.
All that?
Yes.
On which side, men or women?
Of men are cheating.
What about
and
99,
have
99?
cheated. There's no way.
And what about women? What's the percentage
Absolutely
of women?
not. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's nowhere near that.
99?
That's the first thing, okay?
I don't think she understands that a lot of men are very faithful that are in marriages. Most men are going to be more faithful, and usually when the woman wants to divorce a man, it's going to be reasons outside of just infidelity. Usually it's about finances or she's just not happy. It's not always the guy is out there just busting things down.
Right.
And then the second part of it is that women, unless they are super sexual nymphomaniacs,
Right.
typically do not cheat on their man unless they are hurt, scorned, abandoned, extremely lonely.
I agree with that.
So you don't think there's
agree with
any
that.
women that cheat just for the sake of
I said it's not very often, probably in the 1 percentile.
Yeah.
And the guys is 99% just free.
100%. Women are not, a woman is not going out and saying, my husband got on my nerves today. I'm going to fuck John.
Oh, she fucking out of John.
No.
At the office?
No.
Oh, yeah.
My husband's get on my nerves. He didn't take the garbage out. When I get to the office,
She's fucking Larry.
Sean is going to get this work. Like, that's just not what happens. A man goes to work, woman could have made breakfast, sucked him off before he went to work, took the kids to school, cleaned the kitchen, and he's still going to bend Erica over on the desk if he could.
Because she was.
Nah, the thing about it is the woman probably not sucking him off before he go to work. She probably getting on his nerves, just being honest. And ultimately, women can cheat in different ways. So we're not just talking about a dude actually inserting inside of her work husbands, work booze, lunch partners, all this stuff. Man, women can cheat emotionally. Just have a guy that she just chit-chatting and talking to. That's still cheating ultimately. Granted, the dude ain't gripping up on you possibly, but it's so many other ways that it can happen.
At home nagging.
You see
and
what
get
I'm
on his
saying?
goddamn nerves.
You see what I'm saying?
And Erica is goddamn being nice to him, bring the stapler, fill it up for him and all that, bringing the copies for
That's
him.
goddamn bullshit.
He might well been there. She's a good
It doesn't
woman.
matter what you do, right or wrong, the outcome is going to be the same. And that is the reason that I'm an advocate for city girls. I'm not an advocate for city girls because I think a woman shouldn't have her own.
Right.
I think a woman should absolutely have her own, but I think she has to have something to focus on, and she has to have something to try to obtain from you, because while you're trying to take her heart and her vagina and then run off with it to go get the next woman's, she needs something to hold on to balance this.
Yeah, but most of the women that's doing that, they don't have the attributes to get a man to to do that for them.
So they're not trying hard enough.
Okay, so I just looked up the city girl lifestyle. Ultimately, in a nutshell, it's basically a woman embracing lifestyle characteristics associated with often, urban life, perceived inclination towards a more free-spirited and adventurous lifestyle. That's horrible advice to advocate a city girl lifestyle for a married woman.
Right.
Because how many whack niggas is fucking bad bitches?
Because they got the money.
Not a lot.
If
they
a
got the
woman-
attribute, though.
The ugliest, wackest bitch can get what she needs from a man if she has the confidence.
No, it's
If
opposite.
she has the confidence and she stays focused on the prize and does not allow her emotions to interfere with what her goal is.
She got to be cold. Like, to really get a real money out of man, that. She got to
And
be
that's what
cold.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
As women, we need to come together and we need to have a common cause. The same way men do, which is to get in your pants.
Oh, yeah, we together on
We
that.
have a question from the
We
audience.
locked in.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, because women ain't got no camaraderie. See, we got some understanding. We had all these unwritten rules of guys since the beginning of time. We just start blessing y'all with social media and podcasts by unlocking our codes. Y'all never knew this stuff. Y'all was in the dark for 100
is
years.
true.
We just
Very true. That's a fact. A lot of dudes, like even channels like mine, the things that I say is ultimately giving women game. A lot of women take this stuff and say, "Oh, he talking bad about us. He talking down." I'm not. I'm trying to help y'all out. Ultimately, we really giving y'all the sauce. I love women, but when y'all hear this stuff, y'all think we just trying to bash y'all, and it's really not.
opened it up 5 years ago. Y'all welcome. You know what I'm saying? We been knew all this. We
welcome.
I run to the gas station. What's up, brother? What you doing, man? I'm about to go cheat on my wife, man.
Oh,
What?
my
I don't even know this
God.
nigga. You know what I mean?
my
And you've been married
God.
for 20 years, don't know shit. But I just met this nigga. What you on, brother? Man, you know me, that got a little shit at the hotel. We been doing this, so y'all can't even compete
He
with
said,
it.
"No, man, about to go cheat on my wife."
Yeah, we be on that. But
Go butt it down real quick.
at the
It's
same
a
time,
random
it's like,
conversation. Like,
We have a
Right.
question from the audience.
Okay.
That is hilarious.
Ra, you seem a bit scorned. Is this because you've been cheated on in the past, or is this maybe because you're cheating on your husband?
All right, so I'm not scorned at all. I am a woman that is for the people. I'm for the women. That's just
Right.
what it is. I'm sure I've been cheated on before. I'm positive. However, my husband hasn't directly given me any real tangible
Inclination.
evidence or proof of anything, right? But I don't give a he don't got to be caught with his red-handed with his dick in the I still believe that all men cheat, whether you catch them or not. And I believe that I've seen so many women
So she
hurt,
with it.
so many women crying, so many good women and not great women going through all different types of with men. And I just feel like it's because we're not getting on the same page. You know, they say the reason we can't get ahead as black people is because we don't get on the same page.
Yeah.
And we don't have a leader. I want to be the people's leader. I
Oh,
want to let
shit.
you guys know, for the women, I don't care what race you are, I don't care what you look like, we have to get the camaraderie that
Gotta
they
have
have,
that, yeah.
and focus on what the mission needs to be. You do not need to worry about what they think about that or how you're being judged.
Yeah.
Have a focus.
And what's the focus?
What's the focus?
Get in their bags, get in their pockets, because
that's
that's
the
the
problem,
only
though.
So ultimately, she's saying that she only with her husband for the money, which we probably know that's what it is. But at the same time, you still stay while getting cheated on. So are you advocating women to leave after getting cheated on, or are you trying to tell them to just stay and stay for the money? Because ultimately, even your husband hearing this should be like, hold up. I'm hoping he got a prenup, because it sounds like you really just got an exit strategy, or you just going to keep juicing it up until it's over.
thing they care about.
Yeah.
That's the only thing a
Guys
man
are
really
tired
cares
getting
about
used for their
is
money.
Is their money.
Yeah.
And if you asking them for money, why they asking you? If they don't want to,
Like, she ain't getting too. Like, she thinks she don't want.
at least he'll be like, damn, this. They'll start feeling used the way a lot of times women feel used.
Okay.
Damn,
and to
she
the
always
other-
asking for something.
To the second part of the question, have you ever cheated?
I'm sorry. What is this? have
She's
to do with
perplexed.
me? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, well.
It's a joke. Of course.
This is the intervention.
Of course I've cheated. What
See?
you mean on who?
Oh,
Look at him.
I
Why
was
you
asking-
it's
stuck?
pause.
This is a question from the audience.
Oh, they got an open relationship at this point. I'm gonna be honest. He don't even care what she do. He probably in the situation of just it's cheaper to keep her, because if she actively said that she cheated, that's all. Your mind already tainted at that point. See, us cheating and a woman cheating is very, very different. If a woman cheats, she checked out. She's there still, but she's checked out. There's no way she can come back and say, I really still love you. No, it's gone. You already crossed that line of something that you should not be doing.
I didn't say it was a question from me.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
Do you want to
course I
elaborate?
cheated.
Tell us about what circumstances led you to cheating.
Yeah, let's
she on
break
the
that
hot
down.
seat.
Well,
Why'd that
I've
happen?
cheated more than one time, you know.
Were you scorned or was it just for no reason?
It's
Why?
because I know that I'm doing what you're doing.
What?
Yeah. I wouldn't cheat on a man that I knew and loved me and was honest with me and wasn't cheating on me. Of course, that would be horrible.
No, you will.
But I know better.
You would.
So, yeah.
No, you would.
What's up?
Because you've already done it.
No.
Have guys
That's
already
not-
lined up?
I have to know what I'm talking about, and I know what I'm talking about.
Because they say 80% of women already have another backup guy in tow.
She definitely
You know what I'm
does.
saying, when they're in a relationship.
She does.
You think that's true?
She does.
What the is everybody asking me?
Yeah, because you're on the hot seat and you know you got backup plans. You just don't want to say it right now. You already said you're trying to get the bag out of your guy. That's what you ultimately in it for, because you advocating that for women. You've already cheated, so we already know you're capable of it. You definitely got backup plans, because if shit fail, you going to leave. You got an exit strategy, which is sad.
Just curious. What the? You are the advocate.
You talking it up.
You are the
You talking it up for
advocate
the
for
women.
these
This is
ladies.
like, okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that if women had that much options, they wouldn't tolerate and put up with the they put up with. If every woman had a backup nigga, they would just leave the nigga that's doing the and go be with their backup nigga. That's not, I don't think that's
But they
true.
just know
Y'all not
they ain't
built
with
for
him, so
that.
they might look
They
good from
would
outside.
leave and be with the backup
But they
nigga.
don't know though that he's gonna be, faithful to her when she's really with him.
No man is gonna be
Exactly.
faithful. So that's a waste of time.
And you don't know this nigga.
So
he give you the representative.
I think it's all about opportunity. It's about access. It's about so many different things. You could have a man that has no job, that stands on the corner that plays video games, that will still fuck a bitch in the building, the project building
Oh, for
across
sure.
from you, and know
Exactly.
that y'all take the 28 bus together to work
Yeah.
every day. He will still sleep with her.
That's why having backup options is dangerous on your end, because you're never going to get what you're actually looking for. You're going to get a whole lot of dick with consequences, but you're going to think there's no consequences, but it's always consequences. You're never going to get a whole bunch of dick without consequences. So this whole I got backup options or whatnot, no, because that guy has you as you ain't even a backup option. You just really a slow Tuesday. You in the rat race. You in the wheel. You in the cycle. Coming off the bench.
Definitely. I know I would.
No, I'm telling you,
did it?
it didn't happen. I'm talking about. I'm telling you from experience that I don't have a friend. I don't have one single friend in the entire world that has a story where her man did not cheat on her.
That's unfortunate.
None. That's insane.
That's crazy.
I haven't
There's
cheated on my
plenty of
girl.
women who don't get cheated on.
Yeah, I mean,
Honest to God.
my
haven't
three
cheated on
closest
her?
I
friends are
haven't
married.
cheated on my girl, and we broke up, and we were like broken up for like 6 months. And in those 6 months, I also didn't have sex or do anything with
And
any
you
other
could have.
female. And I could have.
So you've been with her for 3 years and you never cheated on her?
No, I've been with her for 5 years. We just recently got engaged, and we're off for like 6 months.
And you haven't slept with another
And
woman
what's your
besides
name, bro?
her
So we
in
can put this out here on
5
the internet so
years.
nobody
In over
come
5
confirm
years.
this.
In longer than 5 years.
In over 5 years, because in the time that I was also praying and searching for the right one, like I was waiting like a good year and a half, like in that
0.1%.
search.
0.1%.
And it happens.
And I
No, you
believe
can't say
you
that. A lot of guys don't cheat, man. A lot of these people right here be around a lot of degenerates, and a lot of guys who just constantly want to cheat or get ass. But a lot of the good guys out there, they really don't cheat. It's just girls don't really want them, so we can't use them as a point of evidence because they're not in relationships. But the guys that they're with, the Raleighs are all around. Those guys are they busting it down.
Because I believe you. So that says a lot. But I'll add you into that 1% because I said 99.999.
So you're not even a whole tenth. You're just
Yeah.
Not even a
0.1%.
That's
And-
crazy.
That's it. But
And-
that's what the females
And
look
once
for.
you go, because you guys are engaged, And once you guys get married, and once you guys have the kids, and once she's getting on your nerves,
She's scorned.
You're gonna pray.
you want to circle back, and I want you to
Gonna
tell me
pray.
the truth.
Not
So you
on
in
here.
that percentage, I like it. But the rest of everyone else, I don't know anybody that's not been cheated on.
I mean, like
Zach,
I got
know
two
you ain't
good
gonna
friends
tell.
and my brother.
Have you cheated?
Damn, sorry, Zach.
That was gonna be my point. See,
Yep.
we share like the percentage here, right? Men, married women. Obviously, they're asking a man about a wife about her man.
Yeah,
Men don't share those details the way women do.
yeah, it hurt.
If a man gets cheated on, he's not out there, she just violated.
Right.
The way we address the issues is by trying to create a narrative to what caused you from cheating. What can I do differently? At least this type of man, me. That's speaking for myself. I'm not saying I'm cheated on as of right now, but in the past, when I got cheated on, what did I do? And I'm not telling my boys like, yeah, we fucked up. She dipped out on me. Cause they're gonna be like, bro, you stupid.
Right.
Versus a woman, when she's cheated on, she gonna talk about it. She gonna tell everybody, her friend.
Blame everything on him.
I wouldn't say even that, but she's just gonna talk about it.
That's true.
And then the friends can
You know
come
what I
after
mean?
you to go sleep with you.
Oh,
sure
that's,
is.
that's a whole
That's
other
happening.
thing.
Gotta
That's a
do
whole
that.
other thing. But we're so prideful, it's kind of like embarrassment.
Yeah.
Like you're doing all you can. You're like, I'm investing my time. I'm working hard. Then you get cheated on. You're not on social media as a man. And even if they ask you this question right here about that percentage, so I believe that percentage is more flip-flopped. It should be 25 women, 20 men.
There we go.
A little higher, okay. Closer to an even 20 versus 13. It should be
So are you
more
trying to
women.
say that women are cheating on men
Yeah.
just because?
No, women are cheating on men just as much,
In different ways.
not just because.
They get emotionally connected to somebody
Yes,
else.
that's
And they
cheating.
have a real situation and they do it, you know?
It happens.
I've seen that happen all the time on the woman's side. I know majority of women that's in the workplace all have some connection with a guy because they're so close and they're around men all the time that they naturally just draw a connection. Whether they want to actually go down the road of sleeping with them, man, they all got some form of an emotional connection.
I have a question.
It happens.
At what age do you think men will stop cheating? What age?
Depending when their options go down and the level of nigga is.
It varies from man to man. Organic
Yeah.
Never.
has tons of options.
Always
He just
will.
told us from 10 years old, he had to be on his own. So he's self-centered, which is okay for him.
Since seventh
now, the
grade, I've
choices
been like
women
this
have
here.
to have are, am I willing to deal with that? Most of
will.
y'all are going to say no.
Yep.
Right? But he's telling you up front, this is what I'm gonna do, versus a man that's telling you the opposite and does what he does. So you have to respect that he's giving it to you as he's giving it to you. It's up to you to whether you want to deal with it or not.
Exactly.
Somebody like me won't say that, right? But I may pretend to not be that
Right.
and then do it anyway.
Right.
That's the guy Roz talking about, because
Right.
Ryan ain't talking about organic. She highlights him
I'm
all
an
the
anomaly,
time.
yeah.
She's like, organic is this, organic is that. And we all see that because he gives it to us as fucking organic and raw as he can give it to us. And we appreciate that.
Yeah.
But if somebody like me, I'm gonna tell you how it is from me. I was once in that position. Did I have that many options? No, right? But I met somebody, and
That's
I
what the
felt
options
that.
look like?
Right? I felt
ain't got
that
none.
this was it for me. I've been with enough. So the time frame for me was that I was tired versus
Yeah.
just being at an age of, this is the age for me, I'm ready to settle down. I was tired of it. Organic clearly is not. And there's plenty of dudes like Organic. We see them on podcasts all the time. They're just not ready for it. And it is what it is.
And that's the balance. That's the hierarchy between men when it comes down to guys who have a lot of options, outliers in society, really tall, really handsome, just anomalies. Those guys are probably gonna never settle down. But all women want to get that guy to settle down, and they'll wait. They'll wait until that guy settles down, and they'll run through a lot of them, and they just gonna get a lot of heartbreak and hurt because that guy won't commit to them, and then eventually they're gonna have to settle for the guy who don't have the options, and then they still gonna be complaining about him.
I have a question for
It's
you.
tough. There ain't no age on it, really. I can't
I have
say
a
no
real
age.
a real good question. If you were to find out that your wife slept with another man,
Lord.
would you forgive her?
No,
That's a
Be
tough.
honest.
I don't think I can.
nope. I know I can't.
Oh damn! Why they coming
Damn,
after
just
Jay on
going
that
around the
one?
room. Next.
I can't.
It's
Next.
crazy. It's crazy because my fiance just called me now too. All right.
She said, "Let me
FaceTime.
She said, "Let me end this situation."
Let me hear it.
You know, it really comes into you got to put yourself in that predicament. You know, like what the visualization of that would actually be. So to actually be there, I really can't say, yeah, 100% or no, not at all. It's being that kind of predicament. But in the state of mind I'm in now, it's the soul ties that we have now. You know, since we've made that commitment with one another, like, hey, we are going to lock arms and do life together.
Right.
You feel me? Hey, you slipped up. You made a terrible mistake.
Or maybe
like,
it wasn't a mistake.
That's messed up.
Maybe it wasn't a mistake, but would you forgive her?
What?
It really just...
Now she's trying to, I hate when you try to advocate like that. Maybe it wasn't a mistake. Damn, you trying to say he a bad option and she found a better one? Like, that's just crazy.
Depends on the circumstances
Is
that
it
comes
a possibility
into it.
that you
Because if you're
would?
doing that on purpose to really come after
How
me...
can you have sex with somebody by accident?
I mean, now we open up the spectrum on that. You feel me? Now it comes into intoxication. It comes into putting yourself in that predicament. Did I do something to get you really, really emotional that now
That made you
have
vulnerable.
confided in somebody else and that person took advantage?
I like that,
crazy.
giving a woman an option to blame something
Yeah,
on
yeah.
her. This
We
is
have
a
another
good-
audience question.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I wanted to
All right,
know,
Laura.
why is it that men cannot take what they dish? Lewis said he don't think that he would be able to forgive his wife. Men cheat all the time and ask for forgiveness and expect the woman to stick around
not the
to
same.
be their ride or die. But if a woman gives it back to them, they can't take it.
It's not the same.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's a wonderful question.
It's not the same.
Yeah. it's
Why
simple.
can't we dish what we give? So to any man that isn't willing to do so, he just isn't willing to do so. But for a man that isn't doing what is expected of him to do, which is cheat, it's kind of selfish of the person he've invested all his time in to say, oh, because I know you expected this from me, that it's okay for you to do it to me, even though I've never done it. It just doesn't make sense.
No, let me explain why. Is because women don't naturally just want to F a whole bunch of guys. If you ask most women, most of them want to just be with one guy. So usually she cheating on you because she's just trying to get with the right guy. So if she already crosses that line on infidelity on her side, on what her duty is, it's already over at that point. But it's in me to want to F a lot of girls. It's just naturally in me. I'm gonna look at women and be like, "Ooh, I would love to be inside of that." And if the opportunity came easy, a lot of guys would. So it's always gonna be a difference there. It's a double standard.
So for any man not willing to accept that, is because when we cheat, I'm gonna be honest, when we cheat, it has nothing to do with any emotions. It's physical. When women cheat, we already know it has a lot to do with emotion versus physical.
Right.
So when you're emotionally attached to someone, we can't forgive that. It's not the sex. You're emotionally invested in someone else. If you can honestly say women don't cheat out of emotional feelings, like there are some women, like Ross said, that do it off of like they just have
Very rare.
the urge to splurge and just want to be smashed.
Yeah.
But if there's those women that don't do that, how do you explain that? What is the reason behind the cheating? Because women don't just step out and cheat. Women are like, okay, this is happening at home. Okay, now let's go here. And then before you know it, y'all slipped up, y'all done kissed, and then one thing
So
leads
if
to
a
another.
woman then says, I don't have an emotional attachment to this man, but I find him to be attractive and I just slept with him, then can you forgive her?
No, because we're not gonna believe that. We're stubborn
Exactly.
in that way because we have to it has to make sense to us, and that's in a man's pride. I cannot apologize for it, but for us, a woman wanting to just be physical just doesn't make sense to us. It doesn't.
Right.
Do you think you just slip into some new dick? You think that just happened? I actually slipped into a new dick. A dick slipped into me. I'm sorry. Can you please? It don't happen like that. It was just too much buildup that had to happen. And if you drinking that bad to where it slipped up like that, first of all, you got bigger problems that I really should have vetted you properly before I even got serious with you. But if you were just to get someone to dive inside of you like that, it's over at that point. There is no coming back. It's over.
Okay,
We don't think women. I'm not saying women can't see a man and be like, damn, he look good, I want to smash. I'm not saying she can't do that. I'm just saying we don't believe that women are capable of that.
to
Because we-
piggyback off of your answer, let's not act like men only cheat for sexual pleasure and they move on. There are men who carry multiple
Yeah, but
Those
relationships
are-
rare.
with other women.
That's rare.
Those
like
are
a woman.
idiots.
That's rare. Like a woman that really wants to be with a guy just for sex. That's rare. It happens, but it's rare. And then on top of that, when a woman is messing with a guy, they're risking everything. Niggas come and kill because they f***ing your girl. Let's take him out. I'm gonna take him out, be the only guy. Guys die all the time from women, you know what I'm saying, messing with another guy.
That is true.
That's a heavy risk on a guy. You're risking not only, you know what I'm saying, like our relationship, but you're risking my life. This dude could come here and kill us.
And you hear that? It's not even the dude she's cheating on. It's the dude she's cheating with.
You gotta worry about
That's
him.
killing the one
all the time.
The one that she with gotta worry about getting killed by the one that's on the side, because it's just the emotions, you know, the box has gotten to his brain and it's just, he crashing out over it. Your old damaged goods is brand new to him, so he about to crash out 100% for him.
that is her in her relationship. We see
So
it.
who's the emotional one?
Her.
It's still her.
She gassing them up like they together and all that. Okay, I'm
If
gonna
the
be together
man
with
is
you. You gonna take him
willing
out.
to take out another man, who's the emotional
The
one?
man she's emotional with.
Press the
The man
soundboard,
she's
clap for
emotional
that.
with.
Press the soundboard, ding, 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 clap.
That's a great.
Men are territorial. What are you talking about? Okay, the emotions that y'all talking about, opposed to men being very territorial women. We know men can be emotional. Where do you think the emotional men are at? Prison or dead? Because when they crash out, they kill. That's why we have to protect y'all from those guys. Y'all are emotional in a whole nother way. But those guys, yes, they will crash out. We all know that.
Question. But to answer that,
And then on top of that too, you can risk getting pregnant and all that. To be real, if I get a girl pregnant on the outside, I ain't got to be there. That kid stuck with you.
Facts.
Now let's take it there. Yeah, I know that
That
was
is
dark,
true.
but hey, f- it.
I mean, it's we've seen it happen.
For fucking.
We've seen that happen.
I can say fuck that kid. You
He
can't.
said I can leave her.
So how about that?
I can leave her. You gotta take care of this baby.
I gotta take care of this motherfucker too. I can leave that motherfucker. Put it on child support, baby.
This is why we love organics. See?
When you get the kid, I can't be like, you know what I'm saying? He coming with you. You see what I mean? We can work that out. Like, I'm just gonna pay a little money over here and the kid. But if you have a kid, I'm still a little dirty motherfucker. This nigga DNA all by my, what? See the risk? There you go. I end it right
Okay,
there.
I want to rewind
That is
for a
true.
second. Before you got here, we were talking about relationships. Jay shared with us that you guys had a 6-month hiatus in which he was still faithful and did not cheat. Had that not been the case, would you guys be
She's
engaged
sweating.
today?
She's sweating.
No.
No.
She's sweating.
Now, do you think if you had slept with somebody else in that 6-month hiatus, you guys would be engaged today?
Absolutely not.
Oh, somebody.
Last question. Had you slept with somebody in that 6-month hiatus, would he have ever found out?
Yes, but that's more of the type of person that I am. I would be very honest and upfront because I don't think my consciousness can hold it. And I'm very centered in God, so I like to be honest and upfront with it. But had it been other people, especially considering our situation that I was always a virgin before being with him, and he's the only person I've ever been with, which I'm very
that's
proud
different.
to say, but that gave him some type of pride too. Now to let him know that within that 6 months he did nothing, but then the virgin that he initially got with did sleep with someone else, I think in that situation, no, it would be a little
Yeah, Jay might goddamn kill everybody. I ain't gonna lie. Is my virgin motherfucker did what?
And then picture of it. And then take a picture of it like you.
For sure, everybody
damn.
gotta go.
This nigga
Shit
wildin'.
me?
Now I will say this: if you get with a virgin, that will help the situation. If you get with a virgin, my wife was a virgin, and usually that helps the woman bond with the guy a little bit harder if they really like him. Not just they just losing to lose it, but usually that first they're really soul tied too.
You see
he
how
a
they're
virgin too.
connected spiritually like that? Because his responses
What the same?
were identical to her responses before she walked through that door.
That might be, yeah. That might be
was
my
beautiful.
problem.
Did y'all
I
set
might need
that
to
up?
find me a virgin.
He
That might be
texted
what it
like,
is.
before you come upstairs, man, he gonna ask you answer that because that shit was on the money. Like,
Facts.
damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Jay,
I'm happy for
Jay,
y'all.
you gave me an idea, man. That's gonna help me be a good man. I gotta find me a virgin woman. That's gonna help me out, I think. We found out the cure. Find me a virgin.
Nah, that
That
ain't
may
gonna
be
work.
it,
That ain't
Definitely
gonna
gonna
work.
work.
It really comes into like where are you at? Like the problem that Raw
I don't want us to be too long. Y'all like the video? Comment below. Let me know y'all thoughts on men and women cheating. I'm going to have a live this weekend and Saturday, and I think we'll probably talk about the same thing. because I want to say it's really not talked about enough on who cheats more and why do men cheat, why do women cheat, and really getting to understand the opposite, to where people can really just understand biology on what's most likely going to happen with the options that they have and what their situation is. Y'all comment on this video. Make sure y'all watch this in its entirety. I'm gonna have the channel link down. I want to say it's On-Site Media, Raw Ali, Mr. Organic. Y'all like the video, comment below. This is JayBReacts. Until next time, y'all. Peace.